Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we have fought our way into the library here at Jareth the Temple. We got some spells to learn. Ooh, which ones do we start with? Well, how about the one that's right in front of me? Ooh, another book! Oh, it's just a philosophy book. Nothing useful there. Oh, you know, I'm disappointed but not surprised. There was no way we were actually about to learn this many spells all at once. Oh, this one's a spell. Ooh, another book. Ride the Winds of Magic. Another spell for Chris. I'm ready for it, babes. Lay it on me. Kristana opens the book. Arcane words written within bestow new knowledge of magic. Kristana has learned the wind spell, Gale Force. The book disappears. You're becoming a pretty versatile mage. I know, right? That is the same spell that Jareth recently learned. Yeah, very cool. So out of curiosity then, if not every book here is a spell book, what are some of these others? So you'd like to be a monk, beginner's guide. It would be neat if we could actually read a little bit of these. Proverbs for Good Living by Edgar Obsmoot. Names are fun sometimes. The Collective Writings of Afmot the Wise. Oh gosh, it occurs to me. If not every book here is a spell, I could have totally did this room in the last episode. Tourist's Guide to the Land of Dunzar. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. What are you saying? Spellcasting for Dummies. Nope, we don't need that. Oh, there is another spellbook here, though. A Dash of Wind Magic. Jareth, go for it. I'm happy to oblige. Jareth opens the book. Arcane words written within bestow new knowledge of magic. Jareth has learned the wind spell, Flash. The book disappears. It's a speed-enhancing spell. Fibs, you could benefit from this. You've been lagging behind quite a bit. I know, right? Hey, I'm moving as fast as I can. Give the guy a break. Don't worry, I'll let you take the lead in the next elemental cave. Those dungeons are small enough. Is that all the books then? Yep, that's all the books. So let's check out this new spell. Flash. A flurry of wind magic that can... A flurry of wind magic can speed up the slowest of fighters. Statistically different than Wings. Wings is speed up with what I assume is 200%. Though that doesn't really mean much when we have Fibs here with an agility of 1. But what about Flash? There's 2 different types of agility spells? One is speed up and the other is fast. Maybe that is the haste spell that I was looking for before. Alright, one of these chests is going to have a key. Money? Money? And... money and a dining hall key. Now we can get into those locked doors back on the first floor. I will meet you there. Like, seriously, I came so close to actually trying the library at the end of the last episode, but I figured 8 spell books would take at least 8 minutes. Don't have time for that. Oh well. So, the dining hall key unlocks the dining hall in Jareth the temple. We have unlocked it. I have went into the menu. And that's a funny little quirk with RPG Maker 3. The lock respawns whenever you enter and exit the menu. Here we go. Okay, first things first, let me make sure there's nothing in the plant. But I knew there would be a bunch of items in here. Hey, there's some fluppages here. And some puppages. This locked door just is an alternate path from the entrance. We've encountered this door before. Nothing new about it, but just wanted to point that out. Ale? What's this? Hey, check this out! A silver chalice that the monsters left sitting around. This should get a good price from Rortham. How much of a good price, I wonder? You know what? We did actually wind up back at the entrance to the dungeon. Forward progression, by the way, is that way. But how about I head back to town and upgrade a bit more gear? I'm not sure whose gear just yet, but let's see what we can get. Oh wow, I am 1 gold away from being able to buy Kristana's 4th weapon. So, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell her 2nd weapon, and that will get me just what I need to get that fancy pants sword. Alright, the Falchion. A sword with a deep belly and a single edge, ideal for slashing. Comes with a weighted hilt. It has an attack power of 14, magic of 3, compared to, for example, the 2nd weapon of Fizz, which had an attack power of 7 and magic of 1. And the 3rd weapon, which Glacier has, attack power of 10, magic of 2. So, yeah, this is a good boost. And that'll be especially helpful given that Kristana does not have any elemental strengths. So this way, she can overall have a pretty good hit. I tell you what, it's a good thing that keys do not break in RPG Maker 3. Okay, so time to start making our way into the 2nd half of the dungeon. There's some jackboot berries in this pot. The 2nd half of the dungeon, or the remaining 2/3. We're either halfway through or a third of the way through. Well, we got some monsters we have to fight before we can proceed. That's fine. Gives us an opportunity to try out Kristana's newest weapon. And it's a good thing we got it because we've finally encountered a group entirely consisting of level 2 monsters. So, Jareth... is there any monster that I would want to focus on, actually? Well, I don't have to worry about the Hornet. For the moment, I'll go ahead and spread my attack out until I can figure out who really needs to be taking some damage. Possibly the slime. No, honestly, we've geared up enough that we don't really have too much to worry about in that respect. Alright, let's try out your new weapon, Glacia, or Kristana. Hit that. 18 damage. That's pretty good. Would we be able to finish off the Trog right now? Possibly, but we can go ahead and have you attack the wind enemy. The Trog is already attacked, so... Oh wait, the Trog hadn't attacked. Well shoot, I should have attacked the Trog. This could be a problem. Well, you know what? Just as well that we did attack the Hornet because the Hornet's been buffed. We might want to focus on that a bit. So... I need to try Flash at some point, but we're too far into the battle to try it now. This will be neutral damage, but it'll be enough. Now we don't have to worry about that thing hitting us again. We do possibly have to worry about Trog hitting us, though. And now we don't. Okay, fire against water is not gonna do very good. So... start attacking that, I guess. Cannot physically start attacking the Trent until all the enemies in the front row have been defeated. Seems, by the way, that we are going to be encountering some tougher enemies now. Battles are going to get a little bit more difficult. That thing boosted its attack. Is it going to get to attack? Nope, it's just healing itself. So, we're about to kill it. I will meet you after the battle. Did I ever get to heal, by the way? Jareth started that fight with only 35 HP. I'm pretty sure I went to the... Hold on a sec. I'm going back to the statue. Not to spam it, but... I'm curious if it's a full heal all at once. Because I only clicked it once when coming back down from the first section. So Jareth's currently at 11 HP. We click it, and... it was a focal point of the last episode, and I did not pay attention to exactly what it healed. The statue is for MP healing. Well, we got healing magic. Maybe this is why all those trips back down to the statue in my first playthrough took so long. Trigger, please. Okay. I probably only needed to click it once to heal the MP, but... I wanted to make sure it worked. So, slight addendum to the statue situation from last time. It only heals MP. Go figure. Okay, well, we've already made it back to the 3rd floor. With a save point in that direction, that tells me that way is forward progression. And in case you can't tell what I'm saying, forward progression. Although there's stairs here. Maybe the save point is just a save room. And by the way, in RPG Maker 3, all floors are together, I want to say. Basically, we might be in a separate section from the previous floor 3, but it's still all the same map. Behind the wall is where we were before. They all occupy the same area. So it's not like other RPGs where you could have 2 floor 3s, but on completely separate maps, potentially overlapping with themselves. Anything else in here? Okay, nope. So the stairs to the 4th floor are right here. What's in here? A door, potentially with another fight. No, more stairs. Uh-oh. Time for a maze. Alright, well, let's go for this first staircase. Where we will find... We're getting pretty far up, Jareth. We're getting pretty far up. Jareth, you should get behind me before the fire monsters start showing up in greater numbers. I have to say again, Fibs, that's uncharacteristically brave of you, Grins. Growls. Just get behind me before I change my mind. I mean, Fibs know he's not going to take as much damage from them. Another stairway there. And also a cutscene warning me to put Jareth in the back. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and put him way in the back. Statistically, there's no difference between the 2nd and 3rd rows, but in terms of physical attacks, the far back row cannot physically attack, nor be physically attacked, except by long-range attacks, or until both of the front 2 rows get defeated. I don't think that it is going to be coming into play when it comes to monster encounters. Also, since Jareth is no longer up in the front, how about we put someone else in the lead? We'll go with Glisa. She's in the 2nd row, but I haven't had a chance to put her in the lead yet. Plus, I like her character model. Blue is a nice color. Oh, potentially faster than Jareth? Well, shoot, maybe I should actually keep Glisa in the lead for the rest of the game. I should do a speed comparison. Hold on, let's do a speed comparison. So, I'm gonna put a timer on screen in editing, so I won't be able to find out how this goes until after I edit the episode. But comparison. We'll start with Kristana, and time how long it takes to get from one wall to the other. Okay, that's how long that takes. With Glacia, the times are not going to be completely accurate because I cannot necessarily line myself up completely straight. But this will be a generally decent approximation. No question that Fibs is the slowest one on the team. And Jareth, who is faster than Fibs, but yeah, definitely not as fast as Glacia. Which is ironic because Jareth is statistically the fastest character on the team. For the record, running speed is based on the character model, not on any stats. So, there's everyone's times, and now we know who is fast compared to who. So, what is behind this staircase? Up the staircase. Potentially treasure. Jackal berries? Might have use for those eventually. I don't know if we would have gotten a message about putting Jareth in the back had we taken this path first. But this path is extensive. But the other path led directly to the 5th floor. So, not really sure what to expect here. Alright, Jareth, now that you're in the back row, you're going to definitely be relying on using Gale Force for the time being. I'll save Flash for when we reach a boss fight. Okay, we definitely needed to actually put Jareth in the back starting on this floor, even in this section, because now we got 2 fire enemies together. And no water enemies in this fight either. Could have attacked the wind enemy though. Alright, focus on the Wisp because it has magical attacks. So it's going to actually be able to attack Jareth. Unless we can defeat it right now. Nope, not like that. Meanwhile, that fire enemy cannot reach Jareth, so it's going for Kristana because she has the lowest health. I do not appreciate the Hornet, the Buzzer, having an attack boost. Definitely do not appreciate that. I should have had Jareth attack the Hornet the first time. Alright, that takes care of that, but Kristana still has reason to worry because both of these front row enemies are going to be going after her. At the very least, the Hornet does not have a whole lot of strength. From here, though, I don't think we're going to have to actually worry. Though I am curious if that thing's ever going to get a physical attack in. Here, Jareth, don't even use up your MP right now. Everyone else can handle the fight just fine. Hey, we finally got to see that thing attack. Again, don't appreciate the attack buff. Let's kill it. The weed has been whacked. Also, I am out of diet ale, so time to start getting into my regular ales. And considering that Kristana now might be attacked a lot, definitely good to give her some higher strength. Anyway, it is just about time to end this, and we have only just started exploring this floor, so we will explore it next time. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oink!